Now, now I request Mr. Srinivas Dharmikota to address the program.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tirupati. As has been introduced with the short, yes, I was into IT, but I have studied electronics during my academics. So, electronics is such a interesting subject where we we normally can't live it. So, once we are connected with it, that is physics or chemistry or anything that is related to the technology. So, so even though I was working in IT, I have developed my own laboratory at home and started working on first. My first venture was renewable electricity, alternative electricity. So I just give a short example, a small example, and then we will get into the technology. Basically, why we need to look for an alternate. I mean, everyone in this room need to ask themselves why we need to look at alternate. As Devaskar sir has expressed clearly, carbon footprint is killing this world. It is killing the ozone layer. It is causing a temperature rise. It is causing floods. It is causing freeze temperatures. India is being the most comfortable living country compared to any other developed nations in the world at this time. So we have a balanced environment and weather. Our childhood definitely is not like see today. So it is something most comfortable and most colorful without environment. So if we don't protect our environment, then we can't expect society to get back to us or follow their responsibilities, roles and responsibilities, rules. This is not going to work out. So probably we need to influence the lifestyle or changes. So you are the students who opted, who wanted to know something new. Yes, I'm extremely happy seeing you. So I know your first challenge, I can say, is your data pack today. So data pack is so essential for you, which is the top priority. So not everyone, maybe at least 90%. Then your second challenge is your fuel cost, your commute cost. Your commute cost is definitely pinching your pocket or everyone's. Like fuel, crude oil prices have gone high, and the government cannot invest any more in the crude oil as a subsidy to 143 crores population requirements. That is huge for the government. So it influences GDP. So government cannot do anything. Central government has lifted controls so over about 10 years ago, and the prices have gone high. And yes, hydrogen as an alternate fuel, yes, to give an intro, it is available pretty much within the nature. So using, taking advantage of it is something which I would like to take for next half an hour, 30 to 35 minutes. Okay, then at last we can have a Q&A session and interacting session. So, so electric mobility is something where which was changing the world now in recent last 3 4 years. So on the commute side, whereas the energy storage is a bit challenging even today, because lithium is being a natural resource, and the availability of lithium is something which is going to get exhaust. So like how crude oil prices have gone high, eventually lithium prices already high, and they go to the extremes. So to control these challenges, yes, we need to look at alternates. So then, okay, I will take you to the technology. Just imagine the days you commute at zero cost. You don't have to fill the fuel. And there are vehicles which runs at no fuel, and you start and then commute. So these are the days that we are looking at, and moreover, these vehicles will exhale the oxygen, so which is required for the environment. So any given point of time, there are, without deviating the nature, staying within the nature, and what best we can find and what are the problems that we can solve is today's intention. And the total outcome of this is how many of you are interested and to be part of this and get into an invention or an innovation is most important. So from this, I will drive the technology, and the intention of this program is to penetrate an idea in your mind to come out with your own ideas. So that is something. Then I'm going to talk about primarily three topics: battery operated vehicles, hydrogen, internal combustion engine. So hydrogen can be used in two different ways, as Vijay was already guided or explained to you. So hydrogen can be taken into a burning chamber and we can burn it and then we can create energy. Or the hydrogen can be flown through hydrogen cell and we can produce electricity. So hydrogen is used in 360 degrees ways. So the only challenge with hydrogen that we are going to discuss about each and every topic, I will take in detail and deep. So yeah. So in electric mobility, as I was saying, lithium ion. So lithium ion is a negative side of a cell, basically, a lithium, basically. So lithium is a natural resource, as we know. It is found in Jammu Kashmir area recently, but earlier it was only in China, some portions of US, and some portions. So these three areas, lithium was available as a natural. So the more manufacturing companies have grown in these countries, basically. So in India, we said it is almost zero, but recently it was found in Jammu Kashmir. But we'll have to look at and how government will take it forward. So that we'll have to look at. But coming back to lithium ion cell, if you take a cell that is a cylindrical cell which gives at about 3.7 volts with 2600 milliampere hour, that is 2.6 amps, so approximately. So this particular cell, this cylindrical cell, is made out of tape or a strip, which is one side a lithium has been pasted, the other side a positive material is being a graphene, and in between there is a membrane, a plastic sheet. So this plastic sheet, which I was referring to, so this can take at about 110 degrees centigrade, not beyond that. It will melt at this point of time. And you have a huge amount of electronics at one side, and the protons are waiting through load for the electrons to move. And if in between the insulating material is melted, and then electrons rush happens, and this will lead to a fire, a quick fire, because you are 2600 milliampere hour parcel is getting multiplied with series, and when we are building a battery pack, we add them as a matrix, so series and parallel. So I definitely know electronic students can understand when we connect cells in parallel, your current is multiplied. When you connect the cells in series, the voltage is multiplied. So hence we reach 48 volts, 60 volts, 72 volts, up to 128 volts in a Tesla car, and then currents will go based on the range of the car and based on the design and the capacity and other factors. And this much current is taking a rush, and this many amount of electrons are flowing towards opposite direction is definitely a massive heat. This massive heat is causing vehicles to burn. So these cells tend to get a temperature raise during charge and deep discharge. So today we know this challenge, but no alternate is available. So I mean, who knows? Who knows in this room who will invent an alternate to lithium-ion battery and change the membrane and say, I can give a safest lithium-ion cell. And those are beautiful days, basically. So none of us has got an idea today, and we are just exploring through our research. So that is an idea. So then, lithium ferrous phosphate is another similar cylindrical structure with almost double of the capacity, but it doesn't save us from the chemical reactions when insulating material burns. So these are the limitations and hazard factors of a lithium-ion cell. So and then the hydrogen fuel cell is built with, as I said, uh, hydrogen fuel cell normally with the stainless steel sheets, say at about 10 inch by 10 inch, is separated with graphene sheet and a proton separator basically. So proton separator membrane is basically it's a chemical substance basically. We can generate it or we can create it. So in this structure, when you make this matrix of multiple plates at say at about 100 plates and give a path to hydrogen to flow through this graphene and stainless steel plate in between, then it gets mixed with oxygen and it makes a water. So as we all know, H2O is water, and then hydrogen uh, generates the electricity in the graphene and it gets out as a water. And your electrolysis, since we are extracting hydrogen, we are leaving oxygen. Again, we are leaving oxygen to the environment and we are using hydrogen and we are dissolving it by again converting it into water. So, and it doesn't get flamed and it does its purpose. So, Toyota recently made a car with with a kg of hydrogen which is stored in the cylinder. A car can run 400 kilometers using electric motor. So it is electric mobility with hydrogen fuel cell. So this is the massive opportunity for an inventor to get into a next level of a mobility. And yes, today India still faces poverty. So our inventions, these inventions in these areas, if we invent something and if we provide, we can definitely influence towards a poor man getting to a middle class at least. That is one. And then second, India's GDP, we will be influencing India's GDP. So when GDP per capita influences our affordability of procuring high cost things will become easy. So in my childhood, I paid 2 rupees for the soft drink, and today I pay 20 rupees. It is almost at about 20 times. But my affordability has increased. My pocket money was 5 rupees, and today I earn X amount, which is much higher at about 20 times or 100 times even higher. So that's the difference of affordability. And if these projects are getting success, or if we invent, what happens is, say, how I'll give a classic example. We all know Uber and Ola and their working methodology. Their marketing strategy is pretty simple. Target middle class and low class. Give them the luxury at middle class and low class affordability. So that means traveling in a car was limited to high class at one point of time. And these two companies have targeted, and they definitely make the inventor a billionaire. That is for sure. This is the proven formula worldwide. When you invent something which is useful to the middle class and lower middle class, and they make you billionaire. This is proven, and even I follow the same line. So that is where. Then coming back to our subject, and Jack Ma says this. You all know Jack Ma. Jack Ma is Alibaba's founder, and normally I don't follow Zuckerberg and Jack Ma because they have not done anything on the science. Rather, they went into biology and they played a psychological game of a social networking, and through that they started making money. So from my side, I don't basically look at without invention or without this being useful to the environment and which is staying within the nature. And these inventions don't fly too high. It might fall, a sudden fall. So that is an example. Can I have next slide, please? Yeah, these are the two prototypes that we have built. So these two scooters have been tested at about 3,000 kilometers, and now we are just out of a prototyping, and we need to get into a commercial edition. So while we are building this commercial edition, so uh, we would like to tie up with. We got an opportunity from SV University R&D Center, as Mr. Bonsi said. Yes, we will work. We'll create an opportunity for all of you to make a versatile electric motorbike. That is one product. I have some more surprises for you. So this is one product. Anybody who's interested to be part of this, learn, build, contribute, and then enjoy the success, yes, can definitely join. You can get in touch with Incubation Center, RUSA. Then we will start working together. I can contribute uh, to the extent of building the technologies, building ECUs. Say we have across the requirement. Those requirements I have specified in the later slides. So I'll give you much more in detail where the opportunities are opened up. But this is the first opportunity which is coming on your way. Next slide. Yeah, these are the ECUs that are already built. So this is the motherboard, uh, the schematic that is shown here will drive any motorcycles, any scooters that have been converted. And the second slide is GPS speedometer. So these are the three patents that we have already gained. But this research does not have any end here. So we can go to the next level. We can take another 4 or 5 versions comfortably. So and then the scooter that smart scooter that we have made, we have converted into electric and tested. We have completed the range and road test, safety, everything, all the aspects. So we have next slide. Yeah, this is the conversion of existing motorcycle or a scooter. But scooter photos I do not have here because we have tested in the motorcycle using the gearbox. So this method increases the range of a EV by 40%. That means if your solution gives 100 kilometers mileage, this scooter with this model can run up to 140 without adding any extra additional self storage. So that is being an idea which I thought I will showcase here to you. So this content will be available to all of you who are interested can get it. So I can give more brief and design details as well. So yeah, this is the sports bike that currently we are working in as I gave an opportunity. So anybody who's interested to part in building this sports bike can join RUSA. So then hydrogen conversion engine, which is my second topic. So how the conversion working, I'll brief it. I'll not take much in detail in the technical. So I'll just brief. Instead of petrol, you can separate, you can divide oxygen and hydrogen from water and take this hydrogen and then burn it in the engine instead of petrol. Petrol is going and burning, instead of that hydrogen can go and burn. And your vehicle runs. This is what I said. Your commute cost goes zero. And if your commute cost is going zero, similarly, a general public, this is what is a solution that is working towards middle class and making middle class to use more scooters and buy more scooters. So that is the idea. And safety. Hydrogen is being 4 times more flammable than the crude oil products. A safety measures has to be taken. So yes, the safety mechanism has been built around, and a fuel injection system has been designed already. So we'll be working in near future. Next 1 month, we'll be working on creating this a new fuel injection system that we have invented in this premises. Yeah, one more time. Yeah. And this is nothing but electrolysis process which I wanted to show. Most of you might have known already. So, and how an hydrogen and oxygen get separated when you apply a supply voltage to water. So that's right. Yeah, this is on table demonstration that we did, and and this is where we have generated we have separated hydrogen and oxygen, left oxygen. And I would like to give a small example at this stage. During COVID second wave, oxygen was a scarcity basically. So availability of oxygen was the biggest challenge. I I thought of using this generate oxygen and at least help the patients, but I was not knowing what to do with the hydrogen that particular time. So hydrogen, I cannot just leave it in the environment, which is unwanted gas at that particular time. What to do with hydrogen? Neither I can store in a cylinder. That is illegal. Storing hydrogen in a cylinder was illegal 2 years back, 2 years ago. Now, few controls have been relaxed, but still it is under conditions. We are not supposed to unless we have been permitted by the few government authorities. We are not supposed to store hydrogen in a cylinder because it can become a massive explosive. So, so what to do? I left it actually. I could not go. I could not help a patient, and the knowledge that I have couldn't help in a crisis situation. From there, I started, thinking, getting into much deeper, and my lack of knowledge made me to stop this useful required at that particular time thing did not get into reach to where it is required. Then later on, maybe an year later, I was asking myself, still I was asking myself, I did not forget this situation. What would have been done with hydrogen? What would have been done with hydrogen? Then I got an idea. Hydrogen is flammable, petrol is flammable. Can I replace petrol with hydrogen? This is where an idea started. This is where I started looking the journals, research papers, then getting into. Then it did not take much time for me. It was pretty much already there in the within the science as a simple concept. But achieving safety is the actual required challenge here. That anyway process will build. There is no much technicality in it. But yes, if you are passing the hydrogen continuously, hydrogen will backfire. The fire comes back to the source because hydrogen is so quick it gets ignited. Then what to do there? We'll have to find a solution. Then I said, I don't leave it. I only leave when required. So I need an automatic mechanism. I need an automatic mechanism. And who will drive this automatic mechanism? Yeah, am I going to, a driver is going to switch on off? No, it is not going to work out. The microcontroller has to come to the picture. And the microcontroller requires a coding, a Python coding. And yes, once you achieve this, you add your maximum safety measures to the entire project. So what happened? Once, while getting in deeper and deeper and deeper, We say it is single valve pulse injecting system. Single valve pulse injecting system, SVPI. SVPI has been invented in SV University. So this is how your invention goes. Getting deeper, deeper, much deeper. Keep digging, 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 and go up to Newton, get up to Thomas Alva Edison, get up to Marconi, whatever. What was first invented and what is today? How many times it is changed? And can I add one more change? This is how we need to get into our research line. And trust me, once you invent, you have patent on your name. Once you have a patent on your name, you have two ways. You decide go and work under somebody or work on a top and give a job to 10. So that is what you decide. So you need a comfort zone. Definitely work on somebody on MNC and get into US on site. It sounds good, but at the end, nothing. See, I was in Switzerland as an on-site during 2012 and 13. So that didn't stop me, and I used to come back to my stay and continue my research. What advantage I found in Switzerland is in India, that time it was 2 Mbps internet, and at Switzerland I used to get 30 megabits of internet. So 30 megabits is much higher. So I used that advantage. I have downloaded majority of the journals, research papers, and plenty of them, and then started working when I'm back. So the invention doesn't continue. I definitely wanted to contribute to this country, and India is going to emerge a superpower definitely in the next 10 years, and it will continue because the rest of the world does not have a young people like in India, like we have in India. So the opportunities are going to knock the doors, and let us create this opportunity worldwide. And whatever company you're going to start in a year or two is going to be a global company for sure. So the opportunities are going to be in that level. So that's what I would like to give upon to each and every student here who's enthusiastic to learn something, get into deep, then add value, and who become a part of these success stories. Let us build an electric sports bike. Let us build a motorbike which runs in the water. I bet a consumer will always come towards a hydrogen vehicle than the electric vehicle because hydrogen vehicle continues the same ICE engine and which does not lose its beat and it's free. So that is where most of the consumer will get attracted to. So and then hydrogen fuel cell has to take, even I'm at entry level, I need to get into much more and let us work together. Let us work together, and SV University, I have seen opportunity for learning is unlimited. So we have the areas if we are really interested at. And this is a great organization. So great organization for learning and invention. So we are at the right place, and what is required is the right mindset. And we have an opportunity already created by TUSA. Then the last but not least, IoT, Internet of Things. What is Internet of Things? Is a short brief. Any device which is using internet for its functionality, either transmitting data or receiving data, is nothing but the Internet of Things. Comes under Internet of Things. So under this, what we have chosen was a GPS device. Say today, lorry drivers are traveling across, leaving family, and they're traveling across the country and comes back after 15 days, 20 days, and the family does not know their whereabouts. So we wanted to, as Mr. Amsi Krishna has shared his idea with me last week, and from that idea I started working, and then yes, we can create a black box for these vehicles, and these are the devices which are useful for the people who are traveling to Leh Ladakh. Their family does not know where they are, so at least these vehicles can be tracked. So with this idea, and we just got total three areas for IoT to be we need to build teams. Number one, embedded, that is electronics, GSM module, then microcontroller. It is pretty much available, and for electronics student, it is not a challenge at all. So we can create, and then we need a powerful team from computer science to build an application. So this application functionality is already designed, and then we will guide this application team to build a fleet management software where these family members can log into mobile app and then check where their lorry is going at, and then live peacefully. So that's the thing, and it also gives us safety, and it also gives the information for the investigation agencies. It will give us information where about the vehicle, and then it also gives a commuter to save his time where he's applying sudden brake or sudden acceleration. We call it as panic braking. So these are the activities which will burn the more fuel. So these are the reports that can be generated by this application, and we can share through emails. So this is the idea, and this is a one opportunity where anybody who's interested can contribute, and this project takes multiple teams. Electronics communication with embedded guys, and then the computer science students. So they all can work together, and some extent mechanical, of course. Yes, I cannot deviate because they need to design the box and the unit which goes into vehicle. So we will lead the project, and we will guide the team members, and we will be working together for this project. So this will be purely SVU product, and I will work as a project manager for this, and this project is headed by Mr. Vamsi. So these are the areas that we are looking at, and we have a continuous project for the teams to build and get an opportunity to invent yourself. We created IaaS, and we also create ideas. So physics and chemistry, chemical students, electronics and communication, electrical, electronics, mechanical, and computer science. So these are the areas that we are looking at, and you have opportunities coming up. This is only starting, and this will continue. This will continue, and project portfolio will continue for us to build a world-class products. And we'll be building whatever we are building that will be unique in the world. Trust me, that is my responsibility to make. Thank you. That's all from today, and probably we can get into an interaction session for 10-15 minutes.